بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أشهد أن نبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بالجميع. Welcome all of you, my brothers in Islam, to the 61st lesson of Book 1, Part 1 of the new version. And in this lesson, lesson 61, we're going to start, inshallah, with where we stopped at the last page of first chapter, الصفحة الأخيرة من الوحدة الأولى. ووقفنا عند التدريب السابع. We stopped at the seventh exercise, page 26. التدريب السابع اكتب في الدائرة الحرف الذي تبدأ به الكلمات. من منكم يترجم? Who of you lot is going to translating? اكتب فعل أمر is a command verb. You can see the sukun at the end. You can put a dhamma on the hamzatul wasli, on the weak hamza. اكتب, write. في الدائرة, in the circle. Write what? Write al-harfa. And because of the what question, we make it a maf'ulun bihi. Al-harfa becomes noun object because the what question. Write what? Write as the letter. Write what in the circle? Write the letter. So اكتب في الدائرة الحرف. So write in the circle the letter. الذي means that or which. تبدأ به الكلمات, that the words are starting with, or literally that the words are starting with it. As you see, I have translated the word al-kalimatu. What is the words? Is the plural form of kalimatun. I've translated that before going to translate تبدأ به. So sometimes you have to translate not in the English order. Okay? So that is الذي, that the words. What is al-kalimatu? تبدأ starts به, with it, literally. So this is what it means. So write in the circle the letter that the words are starting with. This is something very easy, alhamdulillah. As you can see in the first list, which letter are the words starting with? And in the second list, what is the letter that all these four words are also starting with? So you write that letter in each circle, inshallah. So going to some extra information. حرف, what means letter, وهو مفعول به في الجملة. حرف, what is an object in the sentence, in this sentence. جمعه حروف وأحرف. We have two plurals for letter. You can say حروف, letters, or أحرف. وهي كلمة مذكرة. And the word حرف is, and it is, and here means it, and it is a masculine word. So حرف is a masculine word, and that is easy to know because there is no ta marbota, but also because of something else, and that is the word الذي. Okay, الذي means that or which, in the masculine form. So if you see الذي, it means that the word before is masculine. Okay, so masculine word, after it you use the masculine that or which. If it's a feminine word, you will get التي. Okay, so الذي وليس التي. So it's الذي and not التي, because التي is the feminine that or which. So from that we can make up that, we can make out of it that al-harf is masculine, because otherwise it will be al-harf allati, al-harf allati. Okay, so the female student, for example, that was here. Okay. الطالبة التي كانت هنا. See, I said التي because الطالبة is a female student. The male student that was here. الطالب الذي كان هنا. So now تبدأ, like I said, is starts. Okay. And what kind of verb is تبدأ? Maybe just you can make out of the sound of it that it's a present tense verb, and that is called فعل مضارع. فعل مضارع تبدأ starts, meaning now, present tense. Okay. من الفعل, from the verb بدأ. بدأ is he started. بدأ is he started. Okay. Normally, or most of the times, the past tense verb is 3 letters and 3 fatha. I repeat, most of the times, the past tense verb is 3 letters with 3 fatha. قرأ, he read. كتب, he wrote. بدأ, he started. Okay. مسح, he wiped. كتم, he hid it. But some verbs, some past tense verbs have 4 letters instead of 3, but again, all fatha in majority of the times. Like أفلح, he succeeded. أقبل, أسرع, he hasted, etc. أحسن, he did good. Anyway, this is all extra information. So بدأ, as he started. بدأ خالد بالقراءة. ما معنى بدأ خالد بالقراءة? What does that mean? بدأ خالد بالقراءة. It means Khalid started with reading. B means with. And the L, what means literally the, is not translated here as in English to the. He started with reading. It doesn't make a lot of sense to say he started with the reading. Okay. So why don't we just drop the L? If we drop the L, we get this meaning. بدأ خالد بقراءة. Khalid started with a reading. With a reading. So even then, you know, the meaning change. So if you just want to say he started with reading, you keep the L. Like I said, L doesn't mean always the. So بدأ خالد بالقراءة. Khalid started with reading. Like I said, you can make this verbal sentence, you can make it nominal. جملة فعلية نحولها إلى جملة اسمية. We're going to change the verbal sentence to a nominal sentence, and it doesn't make any difference in the meaning. So you say خالد بدأ بالقراءة. Khalid started with reading. Okay. بدأ الدرس. بدأ الدرس. بدأ الدرس, the lesson started. Aha. It seems that I start to understand something. When you translate a past tense verb, it's not only he, it's he and the masculine it. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay. بدأ is he started, but also the it masculine. So الدرس is a masculine word. So بدأ, it actually means also it started in the masculine form. Aha. And how about بدأت with the open ta with sukun? بدأت is she started as well as the feminine it. Aha. So بدأت المحاضرة. Or you can say المحاضرة بدأت. Aha, the lecture started. So بدأت is not she here, but the feminine it. Okay. It can be she started. خديجة بدأت. Khadija started. Then it means she. So now you understand, my brothers in Islam. When we talk about people, it's he, بدأ, and she بدأت. When we talk about objects, non-intellectual, then it means masculine it and feminine it. Clear? Okay. Like مثلا ذهب with a dhal, with a dot. ذهب, he went. It's a very famous verb. ذهب, he went. Okay? But if I said ذهب القطار, the train went. So بدأ here means the masculine it form. بدأ ذهب القطار, the train went. Okay? But if I say ذهب السيارة ذهبت, you see, ذهبت is she went. خديجة ذهبت, Khadija went. But in this context, ذهبت, it's not she but the feminine it, because السيارة is a car, it's feminine word. So السيارة ذهبت. Anyway, this is just extra information. So بدأ الدرس, the lesson started. يبدأ, he starts. ابدأ, command. ابدأ. And it's a mistake to end your voice, your sound with the dal, because there is a hamza. Otherwise you're dropping a whole letter. ابدأ. You hear the hamza? ابدأ. Some people when they read they say ابدأ. ابدأ. An Arabic person will know straight away you are dropping out the hamza. So it's ابدأ. The air has to come out, and the hamza comes from the lower throat. Okay? So you have to hear the hamza. ابدأ. What means start? ابدأي with the ya at the end is start for feminine. ابدأوا, you lot, with the waw silent alif. And the masdar is بدءا and بداية. You can also say بدء and بداية, but I told you many times that the masdar in the dictionary has normally two fatha, just to highlight that it's a masdar, not a ism fa'il and not a ism maf'ul. So starting means bidayatun. You can call it start or starting. It means both. There are two masdars, bidayatun or bad'un. Okay. والثاني أشهر. And the second masdar, والمصدر الثاني أشهر, is more famous. So بدء is famous, but بداية أشهر is more famous. Okay. Alhamdulillah. And Imam Ibn Kathir has his famous book لديه كتاب مشهور اسمه أو عنوانه, its title is البداية, the beginning, والنهاية, and the end. It's a very, very amazing book, and it really starts at the beginning with the topic of not only about the Sahaba and the Prophet and the Seerah. No, it even goes before that. And then you might think, okay, it talks about the prophets before the Messenger. No, al-bidayah, really the bidayah. It talks about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heavens and the earth. What is the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created? Aha, this is really bidayah. Now, it talks about al-bidayah. Okay, al-bidayah, and it goes all the way to the first centuries, the time of Adam alayhi salam, and then between him and Nuh there was no shirk, and then in the time of Nuh the people used to go overboard in the pious people in the time of Nuh alayhi salam, and the shaitan tricked them like he tricked the people, many of people of today who go overboard in the pious people, in the salihin, in the righteous people, until they have started to worship them, as you can see nowadays in many of the Muslim countries. When they become ill, they go to the graves and they ask the dead people that cannot benefit and not harm them, and with that they go out of the fold of Islam. So likewise in the time of Nuh alayhi salam, they used to make these statues, and they used to say, we just want to look to those idols, and we want to remember our forefathers, our pious forefathers. At the beginning they didn't used to worship them. They just used to look to them and they used to get eager, and they used to get hamas and eagerness to do more and more worship just by looking to these idols that they made with their hands of the forefathers. But when that generation died, the shaitan tricked them and they started to worship those idols directly beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is major shirk. And subhanallah, how much does those days look to nowadays? You can really compare and see similarities with some ignorant people that go to the awliya and they slaughter for them and they ask them for help. And subhanallah, wouldn't they just open the books of Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and they will see the Messenger saying, لَعَنَ اللَّهُ مَنْ ذَبَحَ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ, may Allah curse the one who slaughters for other than Allah, Rawahu Muslim. Anyway, that is not the topic now, although that topic is definitely more important than Arabic, because Arabic will not benefit you if you are upon shirk. Arabic will not benefit you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, because Allah doesn't forgive the one who dies upon shirk. Anyway, my brothers in Islam, Al-Bidayatu wa-Nihayatu, it's a huge book in many volumes, and it's a very great book. Anyway, and this takes us to the importance of learning the Arabic language, and then going back to the original text of Imam Ibn Kathir and benefiting from the book, inshallah. طيب, Al-Bidayatu is the beginning or the start. Okay, Bidayatul Utlati. ما معنى, what is the meaning of Bidayatul Utlati? Bidayatul Utlati is the beginning of the holiday. Bidayatul Utlati. Okay, and because there is an off meaning, there is a mudaf, the added, and the mudafun ilayh, and the mudaf has one dhamma and the mudafun ilayh has a kasra. Anyway, فهو بادئ. بادئ is the beginner or the starter. Okay, خالد بادئ بالقراءة. So Khalidun is starting with reading. So beginner or starter. And it can also be beginning or starting. والمفعول مبدوء, started. الكتاب مبدوء بالبسملة. What does that mean? الكتاب مبدوء بالبسملة. The book is started with al-basmalati. Al-basmalati or al-basmalatu in its original form, or basmalatun without al, means Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. نعم. تبدأ به. You see the bihi in the sentence. اكتب في الدائرة الحرف الذي تبدأ به الكلمات. Bihi means, has two meanings. With him or with it. And here it means with it. Okay. And biha is the feminine it. The he, it's normally who, but here because of B it's bihi. It goes back to al-harf. Al-harf is masculine. طيب. Anyway, انتهينا هنا من هذا التدريب. نعم. هل كتبتم الحرفين? Have you written the two letters? So the first letter is the hamza on the alif, and the second circle is the waw. التدريب الثامن, the eighth exercise. اكتب في الدائرة الحرف الذي تنتهي به الكلمات. ترجموا, write down, translate. اكتب في الدائرة, write in the circle, الحرف, the letter, الذي, that, تنتهي, finishes or ends, with it, the words. I've translated it literally now. So it means write in the circle the letter that the words are ending with. That's what it means. So this is also very easy tadrib. You can see the words, the letter that the words are ending with. Write the letter down, min fadlikum. and do the same in the second circle just beside the second list. ابدأوا الآن. Start now. So تنتهي فعل مضارع is a present tense verb. من الفعل, it comes from the verb انتهى. انتهى is he finished, he ended. It's a past tense he form. انتهى. انتهى خالد من الأكل. خالد finished eating. Okay. Min you can translate maybe as he finished from. Min can be from. انتهيت is I finished. انتهيت من الدراسة. I finished the study. So you cannot literally translate min, but انتهى goes with min. Okay. انتهيت is the I form in the past tense. ينتهي, he finishes. انتهي, finish. انتهاء, finishing. فهو منتهٍ, so he is the one that finishes or the finisher. ومنتهى المنتهي is also the finisher. It's also اسم فاعل. المنتهي. المنتهي. But with L, the ya comes out. This is a rule. When you have a noun with two kasra, then when you use L before it, the ya comes out. The two kasras are gone. والمفعول منتهى إليه. منتهى إليه. And I'm not sure how to translate منتهى إليه. Literally the one maybe you finish two words, but it doesn't make that lot of sense, but it's not very famous. مع أننا نستخدم اسم المفعول كثيرا مع من. While we use the اسم مفعول a lot with من. كقولك الدرس, like you're saying الدرس منتهى منه. The lesson is finished. منتهى منه is finished. منه from it. Anyway. Lastly, inshallah, I would like to say ترجم كلمات التدريب الثامن مع السابع. ترجم كلمات التدريب الثامن مع السابع. Translate the words of the 8th tadrib with the 7th. I want you to do the 7th as well. So what I want to do, inshallah, I want you to close the books, inshallah. There is here a dictation. هناك إملاء. هناك إملاء ل16 كلمة of 16 words. سنبدأ الآن إن شاء الله. We will start now. So you write the Arabic and then you write the translation next to it, inshallah. واحد أخ. اثنان أربعة. ثلاثة. So you write the dictation without looking in the book, and then you write the translation next to it. ثلاثة أين. And if you can write the Arabic numbers, that would be great. أين. أربعة أهلا. خمسة واحد. ستة وعليكم. سبعة وسهلا. وسهلا. ثمانية وما. تسعة خالد. عشرة الحمد. 11 واحد. 12 محمد. 13 13 بخير 14 مصر 15 فجر 16 بدر. افتحوا الكتب, open the books, وصححوا and mark. So أخ brother, أربعة 4 number 4, أين where, أهلا depending, it can be welcome and it can be family. واحد 1, وعليكم and upon you lot, وسهلا and easy, وما and what, خالد اسم علم مذكر is a masculine proper noun, Arabic masculine proper noun. اسم علم مذكر عربي. معناه, its meaning is eternal. الحمد, the praise. واحد 1. Muhammadun is the praised, the one who's praised. If we get there inshallah to the name Muhammad inshallah, it means the one who's praised, or the one who's praised a lot. بخير, fine, okay, well. Misru, Egypt, and Misrun with 2 dhamma is also Egypt, but Misrun with 2 dhamma can be Egypt or any country. Fajrun is the dawn prayer. Badrun ismu alamin mudakkarun arabiyun. معناه, its meaning is a well, a water well, a well. And Badrun is also the full moon. Alhamdulillah, قد انتهينا من هذه الوحدة. We have finished this chapter, walhamdulillah. There is a tanbihun. It's in red. And he just wanted to show the importance of it by making it in red. Al-intiha'u min al-wahdati, finishing off the chapter. Al-intiha'u min al-wahdati al-ula, finishing the first chapter. لا يعني, it doesn't mean الانتهاء من المراجعة أو الانتهاء من مراجعتها. It doesn't mean finishing its recapping. It doesn't mean finishing its revision. You see the exclamation mark. So finishing off, like you have done now with the first chapter, finishing the first chapter, it doesn't mean that you have finished its revision. That's something you have to do many times on a weekly basis. خصوصا, especially. خصوصا, especially. مراجعة المفردات, especially recapping and revising the vocabulary. Okay, and go over it, and going over it. Okay. So this is something that has to be done many times and continuously, because finishing a chapter, or how can I say, finishing a second chapter while forgetting the first chapter, what is the benefit of that? Okay, reaching the 7th or the 8th chapter while forgetting 5 chapters, what is the benefit of that? So you have to recap the vocabulary and the verbs and the plural and the singular, especially those brothers who are willing to memorize the extra information, then they should really recap every time again. As for those brothers who are not going for the extra information, they still have to know many other words, many of the mufradat that are being mentioned in this chapter. And until our next class, inshallah, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, shadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.